our longest trusted English newspaper since 1898. Now available digitally. Computer. Order the Manila Times Digital Edition. Subscribed. Get the Manila Times Digital Edition for less than 2 pesos and 50 centavos per day when you sign up for 1 year. The Manila Times, news source of choice, trusted since 1898.
Good day. Here are the stories for the Manila Times for Sunday, April 24, 2022. Communist Party of the Philippines or CPP founding chairman Jose Maria Joma Sison admitted that he serves as an advisor to Vice President Maria Leonor Leni Robredo and her spokesman, according to a television news report. The report over Net25's Mata ng Agila also quoted Sison as saying that he was a leading contributor in Robredo's campaign and was in touch several times with Robredo's spokesman, lawyer Barry Gutierrez, to whom he allegedly laid down some of the points on how the media would start attacking other presidential candidates, particularly Manila Mayor Francisco Isko Moreno Dumagoso and former Senator Ferdinand Bongbong Marcos Jr. It added that Sison in an interview called on all partisans to be patient and be stable in supporting Robredo, who allegedly committed to stand along with the masses against an abusive system. The CPP chief also warned that the masses will call for the downfall of the Duterte administration if the president attempts to cheat in the elections, according to the report. Meanwhile, Robredo reiterated in Filipino that she will never link up with any individual or group espousing violence to push their interests. Gutierrez branded as an outright lie the allegation that Sison had offered him and his staff advice and said that their lawyers were studying the appropriate case to be filed against these perpetrators of misinformation. All roads led to Manila and Macapagal Boulevard in Pasay City on Saturday, where front-running presidential candidate Ferdinand Bongbong Marcos Jr. and rival Vice President Maria Leonor Leni Robredo held their respective rallies at the home stretch of the election campaign. Marcos and his unity team painted the 1.1 million vote-rich city of Mayor Francisco Isko Moreno Dumagoso, another presidential candidate, red, while Robredo and her supporters were a sea of pink under the night sky. Marcos, who in the Calya surveys also released on Saturday is the preferred candidate in 40 out of 45 provinces, was with his running mate Davao City Mayor Sara Duterte Carpio and their Senate candidate Senator Juan Migs Zubiri, former Senators Jose Jinggoy Estrada and Gregorio Greg Honasan III, and former Malacanang spokesman Harry Roque Jr., among others. Duterte Carpio, daughter of President Rodrigo Duterte, joined Marcos at the Manila rally after she visited Bulacan, her 5th trip to the vote-rich province since the election campaign began. She met with the local officials and community and sectoral leaders during the Sara Para sa Barangay at Don Cesario San Diego Gym Poblacion and was accompanied by Plaridel Mayor Anastasia Tessie Vistan. Vice President Maria Leonor Leni Robredo National House-to-House Day and People's Rally started at 2 p.m. with an art jam in which national artist Ben Cab unveiled his Saranggola ni Leni. Celebrities who were seen at the hashtag Araw Natin To were singers Noy Volante, Noel Cabangon, Eb Dancel, Ogie Alcacid, and Regine Velasquez, as well as actors like John Arcila, Angel Locsin, Cherry Pie Picache, Vice Ganda, and Ogie Diaz. Robredo was joined by running mate Senator Francis Kiko Pangilinan, her 3 daughters, and 6 of their 7 Senate candidates, namely former Senator Antonio Trillanes IV, Labor leader Sonny Matula, a representative of re-electionist Senator Laina de Lima, Senator Ana Teresa Riza Hontiveros, lawyer Alexander Alex Lacson, former Ifugao Representative Teodoro Teddy Bagilat Jr., and human rights lawyer Jose Manuel Chel Jokno. According to former Senator Paulo Benigno Bam Aquino IV, Robredo's campaign manager, citing local organizers, 412,000 people had taken part in the rally as of press time. Independent presidential candidate Senator Panfilo Lacson and his running mate Senate President Vicente Soto III said they were counting on a swing votes on May 9 Election Day. Lacson said in a press conference on Friday that people can change their minds in a split second. Soto added that anything can swing even 3 to 4 days before the poll because of technology that made news available to people 24/7. The latest nationwide survey by the RP Mission and Development Foundation Incorporated said Lacson has measly 7% voter support, while Soto got 40%, not very far from the 51% received by Davao City Mayor and Vice Presidential bet Sara Duterte Carpio. Lacson said he is willing to engage his fellow candidates in a debate to determine who among them is the most qualified and competent to lead the country. Presidential Advisor for Entrepreneurship Jose Maria Joey Concepcion III has appealed to all Filipinos to take their COVID-19 booster shots and do it for the country. The Go Negocios founder expressed concern that the boosters on the national level are at only 13.7% and warned that these vaccines are beginning to wane, especially for those who took it much earlier. Concepcion said Filipinos have become lax in the fight against COVID-19 as infections have remained low. This, he said, has led most to forget public health safety protocols and to believe that the Philippines has reached an endemic state and put off taking their booster shots. A Hong Kong judge has ruled the police had prematurely curtailed their investigation of a Philippine domestic worker being exploited by her employer, a biting assessment of the city's failure to protect victims of human trafficking. The landmark ruling marks a rare victory for migrant worker activists who have long argued that the city's 340,000 domestic workers, mostly women from the Philippines and Indonesia, are acutely vulnerable to various forms of abuse and exploitation. Last year, Brian Apthorpe, a British permanent resident, was convicted of committing indecent assault against his domestic helper, referred to in legal documents as CB. After her win in court, she mounted another legal challenge in July 2021, this time against the government for failing to properly investigate her more serious accusations of trafficking and forced labor. Borongan Bishop Crispin Varquez and priests warned the electorate to be wary of candidates who resort to vote buying. The bishop equally denounced local politicians who are in cahoots with the national bets to help them buy votes. Priests said, as Catholic Christians, we cannot be slaves to money politics by buying or selling votes as well as to patronage politics. The Philippines is dominantly Catholic, but a non-Catholic was once elected as president. The church endorsement is not automatically followed. Over the business, the Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas or BSP said banks expect tighter credit standards for commercial real estate loans or CREL this quarter, but some easing for individual borrowers. After adopting the Diffusion Index or DI approach, the central bank said responses in its first quarter 2022 Senior Bank Loan Officer Survey or SLOS reflected banks' anticipation of net tighter lending requirements for CRELs. In sports, Adamson University or ADU rolled to its fourth straight win after defeating the University of Santo Tomas or UST 80-69 in the University Athletic Association of the Philippines or UAAP Season 84 men's basketball tournament at the Mall of Asia Arena on Saturday. Jerome Lastimosa poured a career-high 24 points, 13 in the first quarter, on top of 6 rebounds, 3 assists, and 3 steals to lead the soaring Falcons, who strengthened their Final Four bid by soaring to 4th place with a 5-6 slate. Vince Magbuhos put up 11.8 rebounds and 3 steals as Lenda Duanga added 9 points and 5 boards. Joem Sabandal chipped in 8 points, 3 rebounds, and 3 assists. The soaring Falcons pulled away a 20-4 third-quarter run to take a 61-44 lead at the 2-minute 35 mark. Tricky Parumingan drained a tray to give Adamson its biggest lead of 23 points, 77-54 with 5 minutes 47 left in regulation. Ben Kritz and Marlen Ronquillo are today's front-page columnist. Kritz believes buses must be destroyed while Ronquillo tackles the so-called zombie idea rising from political catacombs. Today's editorial believes policy continuity for whoever wins in the coming elections is a key to economic growth. Read the full version on the paper's opinion section or listen to the Voice of the Times. For more news and information, get a copy of the Manila Times on print, subscribe to its digital edition, or log on to www.manilatimes.net. Follow us on Twitter, Facebook, or Instagram and keep up with the Times. For the Manila Times, this is Paulo Limapi.